Don't look now, but November is almost over and the new year is just around the corner. And for many of us, that means self-evaluation and those short-lived resolutions, like heading to the gym, saving money, giving up nasty macaroni and cheese, all of that. But if your goal is to get your finances in shape, I have some help for you. It ain't me, but somebody much better than me. New York Times bestseller and financial educator Tiffany the Budgetnista Aliche has a new book. The book is called Made Whole, The Practical Guide to Reaching Your Financial Goals. And Tiffany's here to talk all about it. Welcome back to the grill, my sister. This book is so timely. It's a holiday time. People spending more money than they make. People need help, myself included. What's the secret ingredient in this workbook that will make families at least break even, make their goals something?
Well, the secret ingredient is my 10-step process that I call financial wholeness. This is when if you master these 10 steps, whether recession comes, interest rates are high, you lose your job, that you can still be financially okay. They're the financial foundation. So it's budgeting, savings, debt, credit, income, investing, insurance, net worth, your professional financial team, and estate planning. You master and maintain those 10 things, and you'll reach financial wholeness and be able to weather any financial storm.
This workbook is filled with a lot of practical information. You talk about 10 steps. The question for me is always like, what can I do now? Like sometimes it seems so enormous, when you have like 15 things to do. You got to fix your credit. You got to get out of debt. You got to do this. Sometimes it's easier to do nothing if it feels overwhelming. So I always try to say, like, what can I do right now? What's a baby step, a little step, a mini step, a half a step, an easy step that I can do that will get me moving in the right. Go ahead.
I call those quick steps, and I infuse that into the book because you're right. Somebody might read a chapter and be like, "This is too much." So each of the chapters has a quick step. So, for example, if you wanted to budget, Mark, and you didn't want to do all the steps that I lay out for budgeting, you can do something that I call split it before you get it. Go to HR tomorrow or payroll and say, I want you to split my paycheck. Instead of putting it into one bank account, put it into 4. 2 checking, 2 savings. A bills account, a spending account. These are 2 checking. A goal savings and an emergency savings. Those are 2 savings. Let your bills account pay your bills for you, ideally automatically, no debit card attached here. Your spending account is attached to your debit card, and your savings are just set aside. So you can do that literally with one phone call or one meeting with payroll, and that's how you can budget without budgeting. You could do that with less than 10 minutes.
Oh, I like that. Is there a timeline on when, if we do what you tell us to do, that we'll start to see some results? So when I say results, I don't mean feeling good. I don't mean feeling mature and responsible. I'm never going to feel like that. I just want to know if my bank account or if my debt balance is going to change.
No, absolutely. So automation is key. So if you start the budget without budgeting tomorrow, and the next paycheck that you get, which is in a week or 2 weeks, you will start to see, oh, money lands in my savings account without me having to do anything. My bills are paid without me having to do anything. 35% of your credit score is on-time bill payments. And so if your bills are paid automatically, you're no longer late, within a month, you'll see a shift in credit score. So honestly, between a few days to a month or 2, you can start to see some concrete shifts. Will you be a millionaire in a month? No. But your bills will be paid on time. Your savings will be saved automatically. You'll start to positively affect your credit score. So fairly quickly, even if they're baby steps, you'll start to see some shifts.
What's the biggest mistake people make, or the biggest maybe even misconception people have about being financially responsible and whole?
So I think people think that you have to be so disciplined. I'm not that disciplined. Automation is bang. It is the key to all things. I literally set it and semi-forget it. And so also too, I think the biggest misconception is that you're the only one making mistakes. And so it's really what keeps you in financial bondage, not understanding that you're not the only one with credit card debt. You're not the only one who's not paying bills on time. You're not the only one overspending, but you are holding that shame, and shame is shielding the solutions from you. And so releasing that shame, admitting to someone you trust that you're having a hard time.
That'll preach right there. Shame is woof. not be able to arrive at them solutions because of shame is true, not just with finances. It's probably true with 99% of the things in our lives. So that's a whole word right there. Tiffany, thank you for that insight. Everybody, I want her to share more, but I want y'all to get this book. I want y'all to buy it. It's called Made Whole, The Practical Guide to Reaching Your Financial Goals. Now, you can get this book wherever you get your books, but as always, we encourage you to support your local Black-owned bookstore.